Hello. Hope everyone is doing well. I just want to jump right into this with the first question. Why was I surprised to hear that juvenile crime is declining? I think that's very subjective to who you ask. It's it's kind of skewed in some ways because when you say violent crime amongst juveniles is declining, we have to take a couple of things into consideration, and one of those things is the definition of violent crimes as it pertains to a juvenile versus an adult. For example, if an adult commit a second degree assault, is a violent crime and is reported as such. But if a juvenile do a second degree assault or commit a second degree assault, it is not recorded as a violent crime. But the perception of citizens would be that a second degree assault is violent, but it's not reported as a violent crime under the juvenile statute. Uh, so it's kind of skewed in that way, and also violent acts that are committed by juveniles under the age of 13 is not reported either. So I'm not surprised to hear that they reporting it that is declining because it, it is what it is. If the data says declining, it's declining, but it's based on what the data that they're receiving. And so it's all about the perception of what do you feel like is violent crimes or not violent crime as it pertains to a juvenile. I can go on and on about that, but I won't. So I'll keep it simple again by just repeating that a second degree assault from an adult is a violent crime, is reported as a violent crime, and some of the crimes that or acts that are committed by juveniles that are violent in nature are not reported as violent crimes under the juvenile statute. So I'm not surprised. The second question is, do I feel the perception of the crime is influenced by the media? Yes, very much so. It's sensationalized. So that's always been the case. They take whatever they can have and they put it in the media, and it's a juicy story, and also it put people in fear. And when you put people in fear, you get their attention. You get more viewers. So I do believe that most people perception of crime is influenced by the media, but the question is my perception influenced by the media? And I would say no, because I'm on the front lines and I know what's going on. So it don't have anything to do with my perception of what's happening with crime overall in the city, the state, and the country. I'm pretty up on what's really going on. So no, the media don't influence me at all when it comes down to stuff like that. I watch the news just to see the weather for the most part. And then it goes on to the last question about the data that the news putting out there. I would say that they put the news out there again to piggyback on what I just said is it gets viewers. So the information that they're putting out there, they getting it from somewhere, but they also taking stuff out and they add things as well. Again, it gets viewers, so they promote their selves so that they more people will watch the channel, and there's also political ramifications behind why they do things like that too. So Yeah, it's a very interesting subject right now with juveniles um, in our state. It just all depends on who you ask, the data that they're receiving, and how they're receiving it. So I'll leave it like that, and I hope if anyone have any questions, because I really can get right into this and dig deep. So I pretty much have a seat at the table with a lot of the stuff that's going on as it pertains to the law enforcement stuff that's going on in our city right now. So if anyone have any questions, that they can post them, or you can get in contact with me direct via email. Thank you.